All right, look. I thought, naively, that Warcraft 3 Reforged would be the last solid hurrah from
Blizzard?
From Blizzard, in that they would treat it with respect to just and then moving forward, all the stuff we're going to get afterwards, Diablo 4, all the whatever the fuck, the mobile, all that shit, that's cemented. But this would be like the last good will move from them, their section of Activision Blizzard, all 4 of them remaining.
Yeah.
And I could not have been any further from the fucking reality of it. I mean, the truth is that this is categorically one of the worst re-releases of any game in the history of gaming. This isn't just a bad re-release for Blizzard. This is a bad re-release industry-wide all time.
Yes.
And it's highlighted by the fact that it's coming from Blizzard.
Not a good look.
I don't even know where to start with this, so I'm just gonna get this popping, and then we'll talk about the points that are the most important points that we find.
Before you get into that,
all right. All right,
I like what you said there.
Okay.
I like what you said because you said it's the last hoorah.
I thought it was going to be.
It's the last. Let me go ahead and make an analogy for you.
Okay. Does it involve a penis?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and make an analogy for you. All right.
Got to make that last thrust a good one.
Your high school sweetheart.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody's had one. Most of us have had one. It's good times. It's great times. A lot of firsts together.
That's right.
A lot of first sex. A lot of your first BJ. Your first hand job. Your first...
explored pegging.
Yeah. Maybe your first vacation together. Maybe it's your first pegging. Wow. Wasn't it for me, but... It's 2020. I'm not judging anybody out there that wants a good pegging. It's your first of everything. You know what? You had a great time, but you know what? Life has separated you. Different paths. When we talked about a little earlier, sometimes you want to get to this destination, but sometimes you just got to go.
Take a different path.
Take a different path.
That's right.
Life gets in the way. You guys had a great relationship. Everything was good, but you decided it's time to walk away. So you walk away. You reminisce. You look at the old photos on Facebook from 10 years ago.
More like Facebook forces you because it sends you a notification that says,
it's like, hey, remember when your life was good?
Here's you and your ex 10 years ago. You were happy.
So that's it. So everything's good. 10 years later. You're a little older. You've seen some shit.
That's right.
That high school sweetheart gives you a call.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, Joe. I'm going to be in town for the weekend visiting family.
Really, Susan?
Yes. What do you say we
Susan, you sound a little manly.
What do you say we meet up? Have a drink?
Am I talking
Just
to
catch up.
Mike Tyson? Right
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
All right, yeah, that sounds good, Joe says. Hangs up the phone. The weekend comes. You know you shouldn't be doing this, but you know what? Part of you just wishes things could be the way they were, but you know it's not going to be that way. But maybe, just maybe, you can have one last hoorah. One last hoorah before you and her finally, without any doubt, go your separate ways forever.
That's right.
That's Blizzard. So you get together. You have some drinks. She
Probably
says,
like Pabst Blue Ribbon.
whatever it is, she says, let's go back to your place. Watch some Netflix and chill.
Okay, Mike Tyson.
Joe says, okay. You go back. You're sitting in bed, watching. She puts her ass cheeks up against your pelvis area, and you know she wants the dick.
That's right.
You know she wants the dick.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what? I've been in here before. This is just like a little remake of what I used to
riding
have
a bike.
10 years ago. Hey.
Except that bike has a vagina.
It has a vagina.
Yeah.
And I've learned a few things. I'm sure she's learned a few things.
That's right.
I think I'm going to take this for a test drive. So you know what you do? You pull down her pants.
You ask first because it's 2020.
Yes, you definitely ask first, but she's giving you all the signals.
You ask her to sign a piece of paper that says that she states that this is okay.
Yeah, she does.
And then you go for it.
Yeah, that's okay. She writes down, she puts it on a napkin, whatever, just gives you consent, just in case things go bad. But as she's writing on that consent form, she lets you know something.
That's right.
I'm on my period.
Oh.
Fuck. You got a decision to make.
Did you ever in the high school, was one of your first parting the Red Seas?
No, I parted my Red Sea many years after that.
Okay.
I'm on my period. So then you got to ask yourself, do I really want to buy this expansion? Do I really want to experience this that bad? The answer is yes. So you buy it. So you go in. You go in and you realize you shouldn't have went in. There's a mess. It's fucked up your sheets.
Yeah.
It's all over you. You can't get hard anymore.
As it turns out, Mike Tyson has a heavy flow.
She has a heavy flow. It's not good. It's not good at all. You realize you should never have got that expansion. You should never have gone back to where it was, because the reality is, after all these years, it's not the same.
No.
It's not the same.
It's definitely not.
You got to let things go. But part of you just wished that you could have that one last oorah before you make the change forever, knowing you'll never get what you used to have again.
That's right.
You had an awful night.
Awful is an understatement.
It was awkward.
Yeah.
It was definitely not the way you wanted to end that relationship completely.
Or any relationship.
Or any relationship at that matter. And you never speak to each other again.
Yeah.
That right there is what Blizzard did to all the Warcraft fans out there. And let me just say it how it is, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody out there has prayed and hoped for a day we get StarCraft 3 or a day we get Warcraft 4, the answer is never.
I wouldn't want to see it like what we currently get anyway. I don't want to see it
The
anyway.
answer is never. It's dead. It's ogre. What's
or
wrong?
In this case, it's just orker.
It's orker. So
Something need doing,
what's wrong with this game, Adam?
Jeff? And I'm not joking when I say this. It might be easier if I just told you what wasn't, because I'm going to scroll down.
Oh, I didn't even see all this. Okay, we can't go through all this. This is he's got 2 pages of one-liners.
I got to give a shout out to Eon of Aeon, who's in chat right now, because he hooked us up with a summation of the 7th circle of hell that is this game as per Reddit. Some of these topics are things that I think people are just being salty for no reason. Some of them are legitimately bad. But before we kick this off, there's a great summary of this. There are 2 things. One, it's a redone cutscene that I will post. Let's see. Okay. How many of these cutscenes do you even remember at this point? None. Okay. So I'll just explain to you. This one's the Illidan versus Arthas fight, and it was redone by a studio that they had outsourced, and it looks like a cutscene that a university student that you talked to
Let's
over
watch
the
it.
weekend.
Play it.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Is it long?
It's like 2 minutes.
Play it.
Are you sure you want to witness this?
Yes.
Okay.
Show me it, Adam.
All right. Okay.
We've come this far. I want period juice on me.
All right. Okay. Well, that's your choice.
I want it on me, Adam. I want to feel it.
That's your choice.
All right. I want this to be regret.
Oh, you're going to regret it. Buckle up.
Good.
Buckle the fuck up. Here we go. The animation is terrible. The visual is terrible. The audio is terrible. There's no music in this cutscene anymore.
It's the Frost Morn.
I can't describe to you how. I mean, it literally looks like somebody who has. It actually looks like somebody who's like an above average leaving high school does this as a hobby. going into university,
Fan
hoping
fiction.
to do this for a living. And when you see that, because they just came out of high school, you're like, you know what? That's pretty good. But they haven't learned how to like make things look like they have weight yet. They haven't learned how to like really animate running properly, etc. Like that's. They're also still using the thing every 5 seconds. I've never seen that before, Jeff.
You didn't even cut hair.
No, nothing.
Transform.
Anime! They paid somebody to redo that cutscene, Jeff. Did that look any better to you than
No.
something that we would have seen
No.
on the real? No, of course not.
No.
Jeff, I've got something else for you.
Oh boy.
So this here is an example of, what they had shown during BlizzCon 2018 for where they were taking the direction of this Reforged, and then the full release that we just got, and it's showing them side by side, so that you can see and witness in all of its glory where all the money went.
Can't wait.
Here we go. On the left
Glad
is
you could make
BlizzCon.
it,
On the right
Luther.
is what we have now.
Watch your tone with me, boy. You may be the prince, but I'm still your superior as a paladin.
Also, they redid a
As
bunch of
if
the
I
voice
could
actors because they
forget.
didn't want to pay the original
Listen,
guys
Luther,
how much they're worth
there's
now
something about
that
the play you
Warcraft
should
has blown
know.
up.
Those guys are like, yeah, fuck you. Pay me.
Oh no. We're too late. These people have all been infected. They may look fine now, but it's just
So
a matter of
basically,
time
we
before they
went
turn
from
into the undead.
having
This
properly
entire city must
framed,
be purged.
cinematic-ish looking
What?
cutscenes
How could
using
you
the
even
in-game
consider
models
that? There's got to be some other
to
way.
Yeah.
vague, over-the-top
Luther.
shit like the
As
original
your
game,
future
plus
king,
talking heads in the lower
I order
left.
you to purge this city.
You are not my king yet, boy. Nor would I obey that command even if you were.
Then I must consider this an act of treason.
Treason? Have you lost your mind, Arthas?
Have I? Lord Uther, by my right of succession and the sovereignty of my crown, I hereby relieve you of your command and suspend your paladins from service.
Arthas, you can't just...
It's done. Those of you who have the will to save this land, follow me. The rest of you, get out of my sight.
You've just crossed a terrible threshold, Arthas.
Jaina?
I'm sorry, Arthas. I can't watch you do this.
Like, how are you going to go from? Oh yeah, on the left, you're also going to see here the work in progress redo of the in-game overlay, because we've gone to widescreen stuff now. Obviously, shows much more of the screen. Isn't the big chunky stuff we had in the 4x3. For the release that we have now, they just went and used the same shit that they had before. Axed all of that stuff. All the UI stuff, no. So, that's your first taste, and now we're going to delve into the magic that is this game. And boy, let me tell you, when I say that this is a candidate for worst re-release of all time,
You're not lying.
I mean it. So one of the most important things to take into consideration right now is that short of having the original discs and then managing to get this to run for just campaign stuff off of your original discs, as soon as you get into Reforged, it completely takes over your old install, and so you are playing Reforged now, whether you want to or not. And even if you play the old stuff, it patches it so that it's using certain inefficiencies of the Reforged in the old one so that you're never getting your true old experience ever again. That's step one. So you actually just don't even get to play your original even if you want to.
Great.
So let's get this party started. We've got a hell of a list here. First of all, land was removed. That just sucks some balls. Land should never be removed ever. In fact, it should be added because how many times have we seen events being run that aren't on LAN that have failed mid-tournament, that have required entire restarts of games?
Well, didn't they just give a bunch of money to fucking companies here to like run tournaments and stuff? Why wouldn't you have LAN in your game?
You know what I think of the most was, what was it? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. We already have enough to talk about anyway.
Yeah.
Land is removed.
Great.
That shouldn't have happened.
No.
Region locking for custom games. So you're playing custom games now only within your region. Can't
Great.
play worldwide.
Great.
If you have friends outside of your region,
Fuck them.
get fucked.
NordVPN it. NordVPN.
NordVPN.
Promo code OTT.
There you go. Frozen Throne balance changes are applied to the ROC campaign playthroughs, which means that there are a bunch of missions. So the Reign of Chaos was the original game, right? Warcraft 3, and then Frozen Throne was the expansion. And Frozen Throne balance changes in this re-release are applied to Reign of Chaos.
Great.
Which means a lot of stuff is just outright busted or 1,000 times more difficult than it's supposed to be because the ROC stuff was not intended for those balance changes that were made in the Frozen Throne.
Fantastic.
TFT and ROC Battle.net 1.0 is shut down. Doesn't exist anymore. You can't get access to it even if you wanted to. Fuck you. You get whatever version that they give now. If you have them applied to your Battle.net account, you now own the free classic version of Reforged on the Battle.net launcher, which has shadows locked to Reforged owners only, lacks shaders, and has off-color saturation, which is kind of, neither here nor there. But the most important thing is that original Battle.net is gone. They have permanent chat stuck in the bottom right of your screen that you can't get rid of. That's global in this new launcher, and they got rid of a bunch of other features, which I'm sure we're going to get to here. Problematic voice lines have been removed, which is another way for saying we didn't like what some of our characters said 20 years ago, and so we're going to get rid of them. Like, for example, for no reason at all, Thrall never says Grom, but always refers to him as Hellscream out of nowhere. Doesn't make any sense, but they did it anyway. Took the time to pay somebody to do that. All non-English voices have been entirely recast, and the English Arthas has been replaced with WoW Arthas. Translations and localizations are reportedly bad and full of errors. Animations and models have been outsourced to Lemon Sky Studios, who have worked on StarCraft Remastered, Gears 5, Final Fantasy 14 expansions, and a host of other games, which you think would be good, but didn't result in anything good here.
Nope.
Unit movement, for example, locked to 20 frames per second. The units move as badly and as clunkily as Brood War units did. Some folks on 4chan claim OG Warcraft 3 was like that, but I swear Warcraft 3 units weren't that stuttery and janky. It probably looks even more... It might be the case, but it probably looks even more apparent now that we're on modern hardware. Zero changes or improvements to any of the in-game cinematics, and only 3 CGIs or 4 of them were changed. Both intros, the Arthas versus Illidan, and maybe one other that Eon was unaware of. No new campaigns or storylines. They promised expanded content on Jaina, Sylvanas, and how Arthas got his horse. New UI was scrapped. Game uses old blocky 4x3 UI with no control group UI. Key bindings can only be changed by editing the
That's-
ini file.
that's
file.
insane.
That one is really bad.
Yeah, that's insane.
How you even put out a game in 2020?
I
with
tried. When I played some yesterday. I was
yeah,
like, how do I change
that's
my...
right. You played it some yesterday. Yeah.
Couldn't even change my hotkeys.
That's bad. Like, that's real bad. Like, any file changes for that? Seriously?
Yikes.
Charging money for extra or new models. Custom campaigns have been completely removed. 3D animated campaign backgrounds and portraits are also gone. Clans are gone. Automated tournaments are gone. Profiles are gone. Ladders are gone.
So am I.
Communal chat listings are gone. Also, you're always stuck in the general chat in the bottom right. Cannot hide or opt out of or remove it. Chat functionalities are missing, disabled, or removed. You're always online. There is no such thing as playing this offline now. TOS changes to the map editor that all new IP and ideas made in the map maker belong to Blizzard. This means anything you create within the Warcraft 3 environment can never be recreated, which is fine. I don't begrudge them for this because they didn't have this line in it before. They missed out on Dota.
Yep.
And fuck me if they didn't lose
A lot of
money on that. Old menu and UI designs have been replaced with Reforged designs. Arranged teams has been removed. Reconnection via Gproxy has been removed. Desyncs and crashes in custom games has been a thing of the past since 2018 with the modernization patches, but they're back. Bot features removed, including online lobby listings and in-game chat available from a browser and competitive custom games. Auto balance and matchmaking elo systems for each of the custom maps gone. Censorship of lobby and map names. So, for example, if you name your lobby Booty Bay after the map called Booty Bay, some claims said that they got bopped with a kick from hosting for the lobby game. When bots were removed, they gave people the ability to ban someone permanently from entering the games you hosted. Now with Reforged, you have to reban them every single time you make a game. Ping and latency are worse in the Reforged patch. I'm going to assume that's probably based on the region and the way they're handling region stuff. Yeah. Hacks and map hack protections have been reduced or removed. Yikes. Anti-spam protection has been reduced or removed. Game and replay archives are supposedly being hampered in some way according to forum posts, but not sure how and to what extent. You can no longer create or host private offline skirmishes for yourself via or versus the AI. Which means no pausing skirmishes. They must be a custom game as part of the custom game lobby and marked as private. This could also be taken in a number of ways, but in their special thanks section, they give thanks to Metzen, Morheim, Pardo, and Bobby Kotick, of all people, but not Sam Didier. I'm probably not pronouncing that name right, but he's the guy who did the art style, is responsible for Warcraft 3's art style, and a lot of Blizzard's 2000s, 2010 art styles being what it is. This is revealed as the song he sings, Power of the Horde, plays in the background. So the song that he wrote is playing in the background while the special thanks are playing, but he's not mentioned, and he's also responsible for the vast majority of the art that is now beholden to Blizzard's main intellectual properties for nearly a decade. Pretty good. But Bobby Kotick, he's in there. There's like two more. One sec.
Wait.
But wait.
There's more.
There's more. Podcast topics right there.
What a shame.
What an absolute shit show. Someone found that the text directing people to update their controls via INI editing still lists it as a beta. I think that's it. Maybe.
That's it?
No. They removed the original error icon with Sam's young face on it. Sam Didier is the guy who we just talked about. Or Didier, I have no idea how to pronounce his last name. Sorry. Young face on it, and replaced it with the young woman from the Warcraft 3 dev team. So they just axed him out of everything. I don't know what the fuck he did.
Dude, he fucked somebody's wife.
But he did some shit that they got rid of him entirely. I'm hearing reports that the menu is in HTML, so... Fuck, I hate when games do that. When the main menu is a browser. PUBG does that. Drives me fucking wild. Confirmation: if you do not have internet access, you can only play the campaign. Period. That's it. Custom settings of keybinds still direct players to manually edit the INI file for bindings as it lists the game as being in beta. And the last thing here, if your original Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne installation is updated via Battle.net, it deletes your existing folder of custom maps. Fuck.
I don't know
What
else.
are you even supposed to say to that? What are you even supposed to say to that shit?
How do you even come out with this? I mean, they weren't ready for this. They weren't ready. This got rushed.
This got delayed.
I know.
And it's still like this.
This got rushed.
They had no reason to. It was in the works for fucking ever. What were they doing?
Nothing.
What this looks like is they got so far into it, and then somebody
They
said
just gave
no,
up. No,
and
stop.
retcon it,
Yeah.
and put it out because we stopped caring. Which would be fine if they didn't fuck with everyone's existing fucking version
Dude,
of Warcraft 3.
How do you come up with it, Warcraft 3, and you got no ladder, no profiles, no real matchmaking? Like, how do you even come out? How do you even release? Dude, I played 3 games yesterday. Now, I'll admit, played fine.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have these lag issues.
I suspect it depends on the region you're in. That's
it ran fine. It looks fine graphically.
Yeah.
Feels like old
Well, I mean,
Warcraft.
you could play the original Warcraft with a mod for widescreen.
Yeah.
It still looked and played fine.
There you go.
So they didn't do anything special.
They didn't do anything there.
No.
But the fact that I queue up and I'm literally getting 1 out of 50 Koreans that never stop playing Warcraft 3, and today is Christmas to them, and you're just trying to get in there and have some fun, maybe
That
trying to
is
learn a couple things,
one giant lump of coal in the
and
shape
then
of
they're
a dick.
blade mastering and killing your fucking workers and just fucking you dry
Yeah.
like it ain't no shit,
Yeah.
and there is nothing you can do about it.
That's right.
There is no, hey, I'm going to queue up and I'll play against others nubs. Nah, motherfucker. Everybody
You're
that's
getting the
playing.
people that have been religiously playing this
Yes.
for like 15 years.
Yes, and it's not fun. That's not fun. That's just not. It's not a good time. It's not a
No.
good way to learn.
No.
It's not a good way to enjoy the game. It's sad, dude. It's very, very sad. Honestly, I was expecting Blizzard to hit a home run with this.
That's what I thought. The last one. The last home run.
Yeah.
This was fucking Sammy Sosa before getting popped for peds.
Yeah. I mean, this is pretty much dead on arrival.
Mark McGuire, even more specifically, before getting popped for. This is the last home run derby. Let me crank like 40 home runs, easy peasy, and then get taken off the HGH.
StarCraft Brood War Remastered is going to have a longer shelf life
Yes.
than this.
Yes. Because it was done properly when
Yeah.
they were when
This
when
game
they
is
were
dead.
still capable of
This game's done.
Yeah.
Bro, this is this is over, bro. Blizzard's going to come out soon. They're going to say, "Oh, hey, sorry guys, we fucked up. We got some big patches coming. We're going to make this right." And people already checked out. This is done. You just don't release a game like this. You just don't. This is not this is a spit in the face of. And you know what? Blizzard was doing so well in the last, 6 months. Like, Blizzard really, the BlizzCon shit was fine. They've been saying sort of the right things
I
for
don't
the
know if
most.
they were doing well.
Well, they
just
weren't doing what they were doing. They've
doing
been
a passing grade.
listen. They weren't.
They were in the C's get degrees category.
Yeah. Because before, bro, before that, it was
Yeah.
a shit. I mean, they
Yeah,
couldn't do fuck all right if they tried. So you were thinking that, you know what? WoW Classic was a big hit. They did that shit right. Of course they did, because it's the fucking game that makes them billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Right? But Warcraft 3, they know they ain't fucking making no money. This was a cash grab. How many motherfuckers can we get to buy this game and then tell them we're going to throw some money into a tournament to get them excited about it and have them buy it, and then we're just going to release dog shit?
You know what I think this is? You ready for your tinfoil hat? You know what I think this is?
What?
I think this is Activision's way of killing anything that isn't WoW and making sure that people understand that Warcraft 4
Is never going
is
to
not
happen.
coming.
Oh, this.
This is a way to
Yeah.
get people so disinterested in Warcraft outside of WoW They don't want to put any effort in.
That's 200 IQ.
They don't want it. They don't want to do any of that shit.
That's 200 IQ.
They're putting. This seems like this project was started when there were still enough people at Blizzard with pull
Yeah.
to make the project happen.
Yeah.
And then as this got closer to release, and as the money for making this happen got more and more, and the people that were there with the pull got less and less,
Yep.
and Activision's share in decision making got more and more.
Yep.
It got to the point where Activision said, "Nope, axe it, retcon everything that doesn't need to be done, put in the stuff that works now, not stuff that needs to be keep having work done to it, and push this shit out the door, and then forget about it. It's done. I don't want to support it online. I don't want to have to run anything that's going to have to be long term. I want this to get put out that runs on existing infrastructure that we don't have to put any more money into, and let it die." And then have people not care about Warcraft outside of WoW anymore
That makes
because
sense.
they don't make us any money,
That makes sense.
and just move the fuck on.
That makes sense, Joe Rogan. Your conspiracy is making a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Release it. It's garbage. They're going to buy it anyway. They're going to hate it. And they're never going to ask for Warcraft again.
No. And so you don't have to worry about it. Not that I thought that we were going to get one anyway, but now this has made me positive.
Hey, we're going to YouTube Gaming. Never ask for StarCraft again. Never ask for Warcraft again.
No.
Never ask for Heroes of the Storm.
Hearthstone.
Never ask for any of the shit.
Overwatch. Done.
That's it. That's the show.
World of Warcraft.
That's the
done.
That's it.
Milk.
That's it. That's it. And Overwatch is going to be done.
Well, Overwatch has only got one teat still producing milk at this point.
That's it.
And their teats are chapped and red, and every time you go, it complains. Like, "Ah!"
You know what it's going to be? Call of Duty.
Well, the Call of Duty League that they just announced is going to be on is this.
Of course. But you know what? You know what? Call of Duty belongs on YouTube.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't belong on Twitch. Nobody really gives
Well, does it? Because the people playing Call of Duty skew older. They're like.
But you know what?
The Call of Duty bros
Yeah.
and YouTube is like ultra Gen Z.
Yeah, but you know what?
Shit.
Call of Duty also has been groomed on YouTube. Because
Yeah.
Call of Duty really, it is starting to make a little bit of a push on Twitch in terms of like you do have consistent streamers. But with all the YouTube montages and all the shit that Call of Duty had over the years, because let's not get it twisted, man. Call of Duty is more popular on console than it is on PC. And I just find console-related stuff was more skewed towards YouTube
Oh, it was.
simply
Yeah, yeah.
because of the way that you recorded and uploaded and shared your stuff. I think that is a good spot for Call of Duty.
Yes, yeah.
So I get that. Overwatch, that's a Twitch thing, man. Ain't nobody going to fucking YouTube to watch Overwatch content. Very minimal. Very minimal. There might be fucking 5 YouTube channels in existence that is getting over 10,000 views a video for Overwatch on YouTube.
As a side note, I do have this. I know Eon's been pinging me 2 or 3 times about this now. I know about it. It's in my list. We just haven't talked about it yet. But it's here is my end note to all of this. Is right now, it's not 1 or 2, it's multiple reports where it's pretty hard to get a refund from anything at a Blizzard. They make it it's a bit of a maze to get from point A to point B to get your refund. They are currently banning people on their forums for helping other people find where the refund section is to get a refund on Reforged. 2-week bans are being handed out right now for it. So,
Fuck them. I'm not going to touch that game until there's a ladder. I can't even, bro, I can't play.
which means you're never going to play the game.
Yeah, that shit ain't coming.
The only thing I can think of
That shit ain't
that
coming.
would happen
You ain't even got a
would be
profile.
they're gonna fix some of the really particularly broken things, but they're gonna do probably what they've done before, where they're gonna come out with a social media post that's like the boilerplate response of, Jeff, we hear you. We understand that you're not particularly pleased with how this came out, and neither are we. We should have taken a little bit more time to give it the extra bit of elbow grease to make it the game that you wanted to play. And so, we're going to do that just for you.
Oh, thank
coming up over the next couple months. We're going to have a series of posts related to the fixes that we're going to have
Oh,
for
thank you.
Warcraft 3 Reforged to
wow.
make sure that we bring this closer to your expectations moving forward and up to the standard that Blizzard is known for. They won't mention Activision. They'll say the standard that Blizzard
Yeah.
is known for.
It ain't known for anything too high anymore, I'll tell you that much. Game's dead on arrival, boys. It's ogre. It's ogre. Blizzard as we know it, it's gone. It's done.
Which we've said for a long time now.
Oh, it's
But if it isn't apparent, well, if it wasn't apparent to you before,
oh, it's gone. It's done.
this has got to be.
They're going to
this
YouTube,
is
bro.
got to be.
They gone to YouTube, bro.
gotta be it.
They've killed off all their esports. It's GG, man.